All right, great. Friday morning, he tried to say. Sorry about that. Working out some technical issues over here on this side. How are you doing this Friday morning? Welcome. Cesar Mascoro Jr. with Manufactured Home Sales Mastery and with our 15 minutes to mastery that we do each and every day to get you some information, inspiration, and motivation so that you can go out and attack the day. Welcome to episode 469. Back at the home office. Well, not at the home office, but back home in San Antonio at our office. And we're wrapping up the week, right? Just got back in from Tyler, Texas. Spent a few days out there. Had some great training, some great meeting, great information. Because as you know, right now we're going out and we're spreading word. We've been spreading it for the last 2 years, but we're really being even more intentional right now about picking up more market share. So we did some great training and informational series on being able to attract a site built buyer. But look, today I want to come and talk to you about what it takes to succeed and how most people just don't realize how easy it is to succeed. It really is easy. It's simple. It's very, very simple. The problem is just most people don't want to do it. It's because it takes being responsible, it takes being accountable, it takes being real with yourself, right? But check this out. George Washington Carver writes 99% of failures come from people who have the habit of making excuses. 99% of the failures come from people who have the habit of making excuses. And my gosh, is that so true? I mean, I remember when I think back to when I was selling, right? And whenever I wasn't doing what I should be, or I wasn't hitting the numbers that I should have been, there was always a reason for it. Customers just weren't interested. Back then we didn't have the pricing issues. I mean, prices have always continued to go up, right, from whenever I started, but they're not what they were. They weren't what they are today. We didn't have the rates issue up until the last few years that I was in the industry, but it was always something that had to do with the market, or it's that time of the year, whatever it may have been. And it was all to justify why I wasn't on track, and so when I get to thinking about it, and now I see the difference, and believe me, even still to this day, we still have failures. To this day, we most days of the week are not going to be exactly what I would want them to be, right? You still put in the work, you still get the things done that have to get done. But, just like you with us, I wish that every day we were picking up a new client. It doesn't happen. Sometimes we get those issues that have got to get dealt with and things of that nature, right? But when we're talking about succeeding, when we're talking about you out there, wherever you are across the country, and if you're struggling, if your deals keep falling apart, or maybe you're just not getting anything right now, I'm gonna have to tell you that most likely it's something that you're doing or not doing. Okay. And the majority of the people out there that are struggling, rather than owning it, rather than accepting it, are going to find some sort of excuse, some sort of reason. I'm not getting the right training. I don't have the right training. I don't have the right inventory. I don't have the right, whatever it may be. Okay. So and so pissed me off, and I had a bad day yesterday, and this got in my head, whatever it may be, right? But those are all things that you need to be able to control. You need to be able to focus in on what needs to get done and not let those things have control over you. You need to have control over your own emotions, your own actions. Those are the two things that we have control over, right? Our attitude and our actions. And so to stand here before you and tell you succeeding is pretty simple. The success that we have had as a company is pretty simple. It came down to just being focused and intentional with the work that we're doing each and every day, not making excuses. Don't want to be here in the morning, so what? Got to be here. Don't want to be fully engaged in making a call or a training call, or man, I'm just not feeling getting this whole proposal thing done right now or today. So what? You got to get it done. There's no excuses. If you can become the type of person who just does not make excuses, you're going to be that much better off. You're going to position yourself in that 1% that is succeeding. According to George Washington Carver, right? 99% of the failures are due to people who make excuses. So if we can get away from the excuses and accept that, we all know that it takes work, right? We all know that we have to market every day. We all know that we have to make phone calls every day. We all know that we've got to be sitting in front of as many people as we possibly can. We all know that you're going to have to get deals through finance. We all know that we're going to have to get deals closed. You're going to have to order homes. You're going to all the minutia of it. You know that it's part of it. I tell everyone, right? This business is one that is highly repetitive. You do the same thing day in and day out. And it's easy to get bored with it. It's easy to not want to get some of these things done. Believe me, I tell you guys all the time, man, I hate paperwork. I hate it, but it's got to get done. And so if we can fight through that and just not make the excuses, but rather look and say, okay, you know what? Look, I can do this better. I should be doing that better. If I make the adjustment over here, I'm going to be doing better. And remember this, though, okay? If you haven't been doing a certain part of what you should be, and you've been struggling, don't think that the fix is going to happen overnight. You're going to have to put in attention and focus into that and do it consistently, sometimes a few weeks, sometimes just a few days, and you'll see the change. You'll see the result. That you'll get the result that you're after. But you've got to stop making the excuses as to why you're not doing that and just get it done, because that's what high performers do. You want to be a high performer. You want to be like those people that you see that succeed. And I used to be one of those people. I don't know, really. Look, when I stopped to think about it, and when I look and think about the people that I consider to be successful, right? And I'm not even talking ultra successful like the Elon Musks and Jeff Bezos of the world. I'm talking even people within the industry that I knew that were way more successful than me, even when I think of some of them now, right, that are in the business better than what we are financially, I should say, right? I look at them and I don't know if part of me thought, I'm just not lucky like that, or man, I wasn't, whatever it may be. Okay. But then if I stop to think about it, most of those people are ordinary people. Most of those people that you would consider highly successful are ordinary people. Jeff Bezos, man, he was just like you, sitting somewhere getting Amazon started back in the late 90s. He just didn't make excuses. He kept going, even when everybody told him he was crazy. He kept going, even when things weren't working the way that he wanted them to. He kept going. So I'm telling you right now the same thing, because I see it with our business. Right? People were looking at me like I was crazy for doing this. And we've had a little bit of success over the last 12 months, and we're growing on it and working on some other things, but I'm nobody from nowhere. I've just made that change and realized there are no excuses. There is no going back. I'm sure plenty of people, when I left the industry, especially those around close to me, I'm sure probably a lot of them thought, he'll be back. He'll be back in a store somewhere selling, or back as a GM somewhere. But you just made the determination to not quit. And look, I'm telling you, sometimes it's very scary. And just like it gets for you, it's the same thing for me, man. Okay. When you've had those bad months and you're like, where am I going to pay my bills from? Believe me, we're still there. We're always 1 day or 2 days away from just being at zero. or below. But we just got to keep putting in the work. Keep putting in the work, being intentional, no excuses, and just get it done. And if you can operate in that manner in your location, you're going to see the success. You can become a high performer just like that. And that's why the title is what it is, man. It's very easy to succeed, but at the same time, it's so damn hard because you have to accept the fact that it all falls on you. It all depends on you. Nothing else. Nothing else. Not the economy, not the rates, not the prices, not anything. Because there's still people buying. Still people buying. Yesterday was my last day there in Tyler for this visit, and they have a pretty big location, and they have their own transport company as well, and then, they transport homes for other dealers. And there was a couple of homes that came in to their location that they're storing there for another dealer that they're delivering these homes for, right? And one of the things that I've been telling this group is, look, man, you've got an opportunity. There's high-end buyers out there. There's high-end buyers. You just got to go find them. You got to go get them. And part of the conversation over the last few months is, well, they're not out there and this and that, blah, the standard stuff. And so yesterday these homes were coming in, and I'm like, there's your proof. These guys are only a couple miles away from you. And there's your proof that there's high-end buyers out there because they're selling them. So what I'm telling you is the buyers are out there. Stop making the excuses. Just put in the work. It's very easy to succeed. You just have to stop making excuses. Get a clear head and go do the damn thing, right? So what are the things that you need to make sure that you're doing in order to be the type of person who does not make excuses? First and foremost, you've got to own it. Okay. Whatever happens, it's on you. Whatever happens, it's your fault, good or bad. If good things are happening, it's because you're putting in the work. It's because you're focused. It's because you're being consistent. It's because you're just going out and doing the thing that should be getting done each and every day. If you're struggling, if you're losing deals, if it's falling apart, if no people are coming to see you, if all you're getting are bad buyers, it's on you. It's on you because you're either putting out bad marketing, you're not marketing, you're not taking care of the deals when you do get them, and so they start falling apart. You've got no focus, and everything is an excuse. So you've got to own it. It's on you. Whatever is happening is your fault. Get that mirror put up in your office and go take a look at it every time, good and bad. Go look at it. Congratulate yourself on the good things, and make sure you critique yourself and learn on the bad times. Okay. You've got to have a zero compromise mentality. You keep hearing me say this, and it's got to be it, man. You cannot give up. You've got to keep going, keep moving forward, and use this to springboard into something else. But you must have a zero compromise mentality. You are not going to compromise. I'm going to get the marketing done. I know I hate it. I don't want to do it. Man, what else can I do? What other paperwork? Maybe I need to make some calls. Get the marketing done. Zero compromise will help you along with that. You've got to do whatever it takes. Whatever it takes. It's going to take everything you've got. That no excuses type of living means you do whatever it takes, ethically and morally, to be a success. All right? Just make sure you're doing that. It's got to be ethical. It's got to be moral. Look, you make some bad decisions, it's going to cost you in so many ways. It's not worth it. And if you're in an environment that's leading to you making those bad decisions, pull yourself out of the environment and get in a different environment. Okay? But do whatever it takes in order to get the outcome that you need. Not getting traffic in and you're making 50 calls, make 100. Post more ads. Get more leads. Get more of the old leads and just dig in. Make it happen. Whatever it takes. Next thing, when you fail, you've got to learn from it. Learn from it. Don't run from it. Don't get, it sucks. Yeah, it's going to suck. It's going to feel like a kick in the stomach. for a while, but you got to get over it. You got to get past it. And when I say, wow, man, it's got to be 5-10 minutes and you're moving on, you're learning from it and you got to go, because if not, if you stay there and you sulk, you're falling that much further behind and you're losing other opportunities. You messed up, you screwed up, sucks. Learn from it. What did you do that led to that? And don't do it again. And keep making it happen. And the last thing is just that. Keep working. Keep working. Keep at it. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep doing what you should be doing. Okay. If you're not doing what you should be doing, get to doing what you should be doing. But get to work. Keep working. That's what's going to get you there. All right. And it's that simple. It's that simple to succeed. No excuses. You've got to have no excuses. Don't be a person who makes excuses anymore. Own it. That's the scary part for most people. They want to. Most people have gone through their life putting their problems on everybody else except themselves. Oh, she's a bad person. Oh, he's a bad person to me. Well, you picked him. You're still in the relationship. Is there something that you need to work on as well to be able to not have the relationship turn out to be that way? Right? Same thing with family or friends or work or whatever, man. It's on us. So just own it. It's that simple to succeed. It's difficult, but it's that simple. Guys, have a great Friday. Look, man, this message is about just understanding. You can't make excuses. As soon as you do away with that, you're going to see things become more clear, more focused, and all you got to do is put in the work. Have a great Friday. We'll be back in here tomorrow with the Selling Saturday edition of our 15 Minutes to Mastery. It'll be from the home office because this weekend I got a full slate of soccer matches, 2 kids playing in a soccer tournament in the freezing cold. It's fun times. You guys have a great one. We'll be talking soon. Until then, my friends, as always, I can't wait to meet you.